Hello everyone and welcome back to Fallout 4. Today we're going to continue the main quest line. We're going to unlock the Institute here. We got our teleport station. It is ready to rock and roll. What is this for from home, I mean? Oh. So, let's go talk to Elder Maxson before we skedaddle.
Remarkable work, Knight. The signal interceptor appears to be complete.
Hold up.
Are you ready to put it to the test?
Absolutely. I'm ready to go.
Your confidence is an inspiration to us all. That being said, this is the first time we've attempted to directly adapt Institute technology. When we throw that switch, we don't know exactly what's gonna happen. God willing, you'll end up inside the Institute, and the mission can continue.
Nothing's gonna stop me when I'm so close to the answers I'm looking for.
Eager to get inside, huh? Good. Now, I want you to listen very carefully. Once you've entered the Institute, we expect to lose contact. So it's imperative you remember everything I'm about to tell you. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland to assist with various projects. During this process, we were able to obtain the services of Dr. Madison Lee, a noted mind in the field of nuclear engineering.
How did the Brotherhood meet Dr. Lee?
She was part of a civilian project in the capital wasteland that the Brotherhood appropriated. It wasn't
Project
difficult
Purity?
to convince her to stay. That said, Dr. Lee's contributions to our cause were instrumental in maintaining order in the capital wasteland. After some time, she developed differences with the Brotherhood and exiled herself to the Commonwealth. We're fairly certain that her intent was to make contact with the Institute.
I'm surprised that the Brotherhood let her go.
Had I been in command, I wouldn't have allowed it to happen. She was a valuable asset. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want you to track down Dr. Lee's whereabouts. If you find out that she's still alive, make contact with her and convince her to return to the Brotherhood of Steel. There's a special project we're working on, and it needs her attention.
What's this project that needs her attention?
Dr. Lee previously worked on a potent weapon for the Brotherhood of Steel. We'd like her to continue where she left off. That's all I can tell you. Listen to me, Knight. I'm well aware that you're risking your life going into the Institute blind. Just keep your mind on the mission. And don't let anything they say sway you from your duty. Good luck.
Ad Victorium. Liberty Prime. Alright. A few things before I go talk to her. My stats. All but agility and luck are now capped at 10. How I did that is Fallout 4's amazing settlement system. I will leave a video description down below to the video I used. There's tons of them out there, but the one I used directly, it's actually a more recent one done by ESO. I will put the video in my description showing how I did it. It is the My Special book you find in Sanctuary. You pretty much duplicate it and make it never ending. So yeah. And I can go higher my stats, which I may not, but yeah. Not cheating, just using clever mechanics, it's glitching. But I was tired of failing speech checks. The whole Brotherhood questline, the last video, was horrible. I wanted to save both of those people, but nope. Weaponry. The Tesla cannon kind of gave it away there, but is now modified into the experimental oscillated Tesla beacon cannon. So. It looks like the prototype weapon from Fallout New Vegas. and it's pretty badass. We're still rocking the typical plasma rifle, etc. Alright, so.
I've checked and rechecked everything. I think the signal interceptor's ready to go. Are you?
Let's do this.
All right. Head up onto the platform and we'll see if I can find a signal to lock onto. Are you in or are you out? Make up your mind. Let's see. Relays dialed in. Beam emitters warmed up. Everything looks green. Let me start scanning for the signal. Cross your fingers. I'm inputting the code now. Wow, there's a heck of a lot of interference and ghosting. It's gonna take a minute or two to lock in. By the way, this little trip you're taking is a heck of an opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. I put a clever little program on this holotape that'll scan their network and download anything it finds. If you place it in any terminal down there, it'll do the rest. Bring it back to me and I'll see if I can make sense of whatever it found. Well, well, looks like we have a winner. RF wave capture complete. Ramping the emitter. 60%, 80%. Emitter spiking but steady. All that's left is to throw the transmit switch. Transmitting in 3, 2, 1. Stay safe, soldier.
Welcome to the Institute. Institute Central Network. Load holotape network. Downloading, scan complete. View access logs. Validation, whatever, validation, signal rerouted. Okay. Oh, I don't have my helmet on, so I don't have a light.
Hello.
Failed road to freedom.
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Institutionalized.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
So down, then back up.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Sean, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh, shh. It'll be okay, Sean. I'm here now.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Father? That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute, just as you mean to your son, to Sean.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
Dun dun dun!
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
But why? Why take a child? Why take you?
Ah, now that's the question, isn't it? Why me? At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
Well, that's very complicated indeed.
Sean. It's really you.
It really is. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
They're scared of you, Sean. Scared of the Institute.
People are always frightened by what they don't understand. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me
Really?
time. I
Replacing
know there's
real
more for
people
us to
with
discuss,
machines that you can control?
But
Don't fear
the
me.
Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Maybe.
I know. And I am sorry. The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
I don't know what to do.
I realize that. It's why I hope that you can see that rationally. The Institute is the only... I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
Sure.
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ao in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems.
Bing
They've all
bing.
been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
A clean globe. Mine. Yeah, don't mind me, Sean. I'm just gonna be a little bit of a pack rat. A lot of folders and broken light bulbs. Alright, so here we are in the Institute. Now, there's a couple things I want to do here. A few things I gotta do here.
To have you here, sir.
Sure. Director's quarters. Ah, hey, how you doing?
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
Huh, I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks again.
Of course.
We don't usually welcome outsiders. I hope you can appreciate your good fortune.
We're all looking forward
Excuse
to
me,
working
Doctor.
with you.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the Facilities Division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
I'm just looking around.
I see. Well, please do mind what you touch. Sensitive equipment here, not like topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
It must be a challenge to meet the power demands of a place like this.
Absolutely. We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage that we can. Over the years, we've learned a few tricks that help supplement our power budget. When necessary, we can tap into select sources on the surface. We take only what we need, of course. Fortunately, Advanced Systems is always working on new solutions to generate more energy. It's a good thing, too, because the demand is always increasing. You don't even want to know what a single use of the molecular dematerializer consumes.
Ooh.
Greetings. As the Institute's requisition vendor, I can provide supplies for your missions on the surface. How may I assist you today?
Barter. What do we got? What do we got? Definitely want that. For 3,000. High capacity, painless. Okay. A Mark II. Yeah, but I really, really, really want that. Dang. We're gonna need to come back down here with a lot of stuff to sell. Bioscience. Robotics. Let's go to robotics.
Remember to keep unnecessary power consumption to a minimum. Don't recharge unless your primary levels are below 2%.
I think this is where we make the synths. Yes, it is.
Excuse me, I've got reports to deliver.
That's sick. Disturbing, but sick at the same time.
I'm simply trying to open everyone's eyes to new possibilities. Claire, it's an unwanted distraction. We're men of science, philosophers. We do well to remember.
Welcome to the Institute. Please, step right this way.
Hold on, Alan. I'm watching this. That's insane.
Doc.
Ah, it's you. You're finally with us. I'd just like to apologize for any trouble our synths may have caused for you on your way here. They, of course, couldn't be told of your identity. They have very specific protocols for protecting themselves and Institute interests, most of which I designed myself. But not to make problems for you, though. Will you be staying with us then?
I'm thinking it over.
Well, I hope you do decide to stay. It would mean a great deal to Sean. If you require anything, especially as it pertains to synths, please let me know.
That's crazy. I guess we'll go to bioscience. See if we can find Virgil's thing. I think that's in the restricted zone, though. And then we'll finish up going to advanced.
You smell like you've been above ground.
What does that mean? Don't want to go too crazy. But yeah, we definitely got to go visit Dr. Lee and get her out of the institute. And hopefully now that I have...
You had time to examine my latest reports on batch 274. Not yet.
It's a
Dr.
frickin'
Hogan's
gorilla.
Gorilla project is showing promising results. Remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. No,
Hey, Doc.
There's still
welcome.
people, and they're
so good
suffering.
to have you here, Dr.
We can at
Clayton
least
Holder,
admit that it's
head of the
regrettable.
Bioscience Division.
After all,
I can't wait
how
for you
can
to
we
see the
hope
work we're doing.
redefine mankind
It's
if we
truly
can't
amazing.
hold on to our own humanity?
Like what?
I was just about to explain that. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of studies such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
Huh.
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work and ingenuity, any challenge can be overcome. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is. But I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure. Right now, I'm just trying to keep an open mind.
It's a big decision, I know. But it's... in any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around.
Uh-huh. I'm good for now. Thanks.
Take care, then.
Okay, so he can do medical care also. I wonder if he'll ask for caps. Applicator. NPC use microscope? What does that do? Okay. Ooh. Fusion. Okay. Ooh, this looking old. Definitely. Ooh. Aww. Bioscience Terminal. Susie Phase 2 development? Oh, Zoological Initiative. Alright, nothing really important there. High-powered micro... Ooh! Hold up. Okay. I didn't know if it was like a bad lock or label me as stealing.
Sweet.
Well, it's going somewhere. Hopefully to the old part. Oh yeah. Sneaky, sneaky. Ooh.
Got it.
Okay, so that locks the door. That locks that door. I was hoping you can activate these sprayers. Yo, look at my freaking health. Holy food.
Resetting threat level.
That's it.
Okay. Ooh, bottles.
Neo compromised. Engaging.
Woohoo, missed me. A lot of ammo down here. And food. No. Cat meat? What the frig? Dang. Oh, now we gotta do the computer hacking. I'm not looking forward to this. There's not many hacking locations here, is there? So many. Oh. Yeah, I have no idea.
Got it.
Wow, that was difficult. Uh-huh. So this is where you were messing with...
Personal record. Dr. Brian Virgil. This will likely be my last recording. My requests to shut down the FEV program have repeatedly been denied. We've learned nothing useful in the last 10 years. Why does Father insist on continuing it? If he won't see reason, then I have to take matters into my own hands. What we're doing, it's not right. It needs to stop. If anyone should find this after I'm gone, know that I never wanted to hurt anyone. Anyone. Do you understand me? I'm gonna make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good, then at least for years to come. After that, I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan. And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the coursers can find me. Everything that we've done, the lives we've taken. If there is a God, may he have mercy on us all.
Latest round testing complete. Results are all within expected parameters. Inform Dr. Zimmer directly. Dr. Zimmer is an NPC in Fallout 3 in Search for Synths. I don't know why he's in bioscience. As he ordered the test personally, he seemed annoyed with the results, unsure what he was looking for. He declined to specify. He wanted to test Ran to begin with. Officially assumed the lead role on the project after Dr. Silverman's passing. Latest on the subject show results similar to previous tests ran over the last 5 years. No citational deviation noted. Synthetic organic continue to perform well. Okay. Nothing new, always the same. They have entered formal complaints with the Dictoriate. These tests are not bringing valuable information. Okay. So, they were messing with... They are the cause for the super mutants. Good to know. It's kind of gross. FEV Laboratories potential biohazard area has been sealed. We're going to deactivate. And grid deactivated. Thank you, seen all I needed to. Alright, next will be...
Supplement 77 has been discontinued?
That is correct.
That was my favorite one. Can't we keep it a little longer?
I will be happy to forward your request to the Bioscience Division. In the meantime, please feel free to enjoy one of our other nutritious and flavorful food supplements.
I want Supplement 77.
I am sorry, sir, but that supplement is no longer available.
Useless machine.
Huh. Ooh, yeah. These are like little storage rooms? Yeah. Stuff getting reset again. Alright, advanced system. Let's go take a chit chat. With Dr. Lee.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Doctor.
Oh, hi there. Sorry if I seem distracted. I memorized 5 sets of design schematics, and now I'm doing detailed mental comparisons.
What kinds of blueprints?
Mostly components for a new plasma pistol concept I've been toying with. High-energy weapons are sort of a hobby of mine. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I just wanted to say how much I admire Father, and that I really hope you'll stay here with us. Well, that was productive.
Was it now? What we got in here? View access logs. Okay. Personal notes.
I wish I had more time to spend with Quentin, but I can't be in 2 places at once. We haven't been able to crack that one yet.
Alright, Dr. Madison Lee.
This is day 8 of Trial 6. The last week has been very productive but exhausting. I think we'll need a break after this. Benet has done some really marvelous work with the personality mesh. It's almost too good. The responses map almost identically to expectations, some of the most lifelike I've seen. Of course, it's not really Sean. None of his memories are in there. That, even now, would be a step too far. It's starting to have an effect on the team, I think. I know I've been caught up in the moment once or twice. Just a second or two, forgetting that he's not a real boy. Still, I think we'll need to consider restricting him to the lab only for the moment. I'm well aware that others are put off by his presence. If I were slightly more arrogant, I might consider that a sign of success.
Dr. Lee.
Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here. Where are you going? I thought you wanted to talk.
You're the one that walked away from me.
Dr. Lee.
Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here.
Actually, I was looking for you.
Me? Why?
I've been sent by the Brotherhood of Steel to find you.
You don't beat around the bush, I'll give you that. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade, waiting for them to send someone like you to kill me.
I'm only here with good intentions. You have my word.
You're giving me your word, even though we just met? Fine. Since Father trusts you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I might not agree with everything he says, but I know he'd never allow harm to come my way. Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone.
Are you happy here?
You'd think being surrounded by cutting-edge laboratory equipment and some of the greatest minds the world's ever known would be enough. Only problem is the lack of transparency. I don't think we get the full story on everything that occurs down here. What does that have to do with why we're talking?
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help. Why? They seemed to have everything under control when I left.
The Brotherhood valued your presence, and we'd like you to come back.
Well, how sweet of them. Tell me something. Why would I possibly want to come crawling back to the Brotherhood? What reason would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished here?
I give up. What would it take to convince you?
All right, I'll play your game. I had a colleague down here, a Dr. Virgil. Several months ago, there was an accident in his lab, and he was killed. I wanted to help with the investigation, but Father had the laboratory sealed, saying that it was contaminated. The incident never sat right with me. The more I asked about it, the more I felt like Father was deflecting my questions.
I have a holotape.
If you bring me solid information on what killed him, I'll take it as a favor from the Brotherhood and consider your offer. Do we have a deal?
I already have something that might convince you.
How did you... Never mind. Just let me see what you've got.
Here you go.
A holotape? This better not be a waste of my time.
I'm gonna make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good, then at least for years to come. After that, I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan. And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the Coursers can find me.
They lied to me. They lied to me, and I didn't even realize how far it went. All those years of loyalty. For nothing.
No matter how badly it hurts, you needed to hear the truth.
And for that, I thank you. I came to the Institute to get away from the Brotherhood. From the whole world. I just wanted to do my research in peace. Father took me in and gave me access to cutting-edge technology that I only dreamed existed. I became jaded. I thought that the Institute cared, that they wanted to better mankind. Maybe in their own twisted way they still do. But now I realize if you can't trust the people you're working for, then it's all pointless. If they lied about Dr. Virgil, who knows what else they've been lying about? Or what their plans are for my work. I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. I can't take any chances being seen with you. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Lee. Now, for the sake of keeping up appearances, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Don't want it.
A Courser chip? What's it do?
The same thing it does for our coursers. Creates a link to the relay that allows them, and now you, to get in and out at will. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Speaking of, I trust our discussion will remain between the two of us. Now, I need to get back to work, and I'm sure you have other things to do.
Well, thank you, Dr. Madison.
Yes?
Nothing. Alright. Mission successful. And I patched to that one speech check, but it was really not even worth it. It was just to get a little extra info. That was it. I should have picked for Dance to talk, but
No visible reaction to the K-14 compound. We'll start the next trial then. The dosage will be much larger this time, and the side effects will likely be more pronounced.
Will there be any pain?
I honestly don't know. I suppose it's your job to find out. Now hold still. There. All done. You can return to your duties. And remember to record every symptom you experience in detail.
I hope I'll prove a useful test subject for you, Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
What the?
Hey. Once you've settled in, I'll want to do a physical and get a file going on you. No hurry, though.
After what I've been through, a checkup is probably a good idea.
I should think so. Who knows what you might... How about you take some time to get comfortable? In the meantime, you come see me if you need to get patched up. We'll do that checkup when you're good and ready. Take care of yourself, so I don't have to.
Wow,
I've heard
cocky.
stories. On the surface, sure sounds scary.
It is,
You know
at
the
times.
protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do.
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
Operating at full capacity.
Oh, good for you.
I'm seriously thinking of heading over.
Power armor is sturdy enough, but it limits your mobility.
Dragging their feet on the targeting package upgrade.
Not wrong.
Maybe I should take some courses with me. You know, send a message.
You're here.
Please
Glad you
don't.
made it.
There's enough
Power
friction
armor
as
is
it
effective,
between us
sure,
and pretty much all
but
the
it's
other
hardly
departments.
efficient.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
Now, if I take all your ammo. Black Institute.
The Directorate should take the synth escapes more seriously.
Huh. Look at all that stuff. They got eyes everywhere.
Seeing you in that power armor makes me think we should design some of our own.
Huh. Alright, Justin.
Sometimes you have to lean on the other departments a little to get what you need.
Hi, Doc.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions, It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
So basically, you're the secret police.
Secret police? If that's a pre-war reference, then I'm afraid it's lost on me. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
You mentioned that coursers undergo special training. Tell me more about it.
The SRB constantly monitors our Gen 3 synth population, looking for specific traits. Those who show tenacity, fearlessness, and independence undergo a rigorous training regimen. We teach them armed and unarmed combat, investigative techniques, psychology, and mechanical skills. Those who pass a final evaluation become coursers. The rest have their memories wiped and return to their former duties.
Okay. So now we can come and go as we please from the Institute. So, I need caps. I got a lot of legendaries I gotta buy. A lot of legendaries. So, where are you pointing to?
What? I'm not even doing anything.
Oh, that must be the meeting. What's the quest say? Talk to father. No. Fine. Let's go talk to father before we teleport out of this place. Oh, we gotta go up one.
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
You've got technology here that I never dreamed possible. It's amazing.
I'm glad you can appreciate what we've accomplished. None of it has been easy. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue.
So you guys are
has taken
possessive
over the
little
Raider gang
buttholes.
at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a Courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join him and reclaim that synth.
Okay.
We'll bring that synth home.
That would be best for everyone. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger.
Okay. That one's not bad. That one I'll do. But we got to return the thing to Virgil. We're just gonna pretend that teleported me to the cave. Oh, that's freaking sick! Did it actually did the teleport? That's awesome. I wonder if you can abuse that in survival. If you like port yourself to the Institute and then port where you want to go.
Well, I'm glad to see the
relay didn't completely vaporize you.
The interceptor worked. It was rough, but it worked.
Amazing. And what about the serum? Did you find the serum?
Got it right here.
That's it. That's really it. All right. Let's see. Retrovirus has matured nicely. Density gradient is high. Recombinant counter-intron sequences look stable. Transcriptive exon strands have formed.
Has the, reverse transcriptase survived the nucleotide synthesis?
Excellent question. Yes. Yes, it has. Fascinating. Oh, did you mean that as a joke? Well, it's time. There's only one way to test it. All right. Here we go. And now, we wait.
It'll work. Don't worry.
I hope so. We just have to let the retrovirus run its course. I'm going to rest for a while. I'm back in a few days, maybe a week, and... well, I guess we'll see. In any event, you kept your end of our bargain. Thank you.
You're welcome, Virgil.
There we go.
Ooh. Okay. Now we gotta go to the Brotherhood. Since it's not going from Sanctuary, I'm just gonna use a vertibird grenade. And we'll go from there. You are hungry from lack of food. Yeah, that'll happen. Yeah, not cat meat. I don't want to eat cat meat. Pork meat! Oh, must have unequipped it. It did. Another reason why I want to do this is I want to see if I can spot that pyramid building that I'm looking for. So we need quite a lot of caps. Should be okay to get. I just haven't really gone on a full-on caps making spree yet.
Welcome aboard, Knight.
Welcome aboard, Knight.
Stand by for takeoff. Weapons hot and ready to bring the pain, sir.
That had to be one hell of a kiloton bond to make the crater and make the land do what it did. Yeah, the thing I'm hunting for must be down here farther. Because I'm not seeing it in this direction. I know I do need to go here. And the Vault-Tec signal is there. There's a vault right beneath us too. Lots of exploring yet. Jeez, a lot of radio signals. Quite a bit. Giant freaking rat.
Setting her down at the target location.
Cool beans. Look at legendaries I gotta buy from these people too. Alright, let's go talk to Mr. Maxson.
I received word that Dr. Lee is returning to us. How cooperative do you think she'll be?
I've convinced her that the Institute is the enemy, not the Brotherhood.
Well done, Knight. As soon as Dr. Lee arrives, we'll interrogate her aboard the Prydwen. She's been under the Institute's influence for the last decade, and we can't afford to take any chances. Now, I believe you still possess an important piece of data that Proctor Ingram is eagerly awaiting. I want you to bring it to her immediately. Once again, Knight, you don't fail to impress. Dismissed.
Ooh. Ooh, level 29. Nice choice.
You haven't lived until you tipped a Brahmin with a vertibird. Now that's a challenge.
Oh, gee, I wonder what this is for.
Here's your holotape, Proctor. Hope the data on that thing was worth it.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the Interceptor would do to you.
You mean being zapped into energy and then put back together again? Piece of cake.
You can make jokes all you want, but I wouldn't put so much faith in technology I didn't understand. Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
Hopefully it'll reveal a weakness in their defenses.
That would be the best case scenario. Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan's scribes can get off of it. I'm sure the Institute has all of their data heavily encrypted, so it's gonna take some time to crack. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe. In the meantime, I've got a new assignment for you. So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project. How much has Maxon told you about it?
He seems to feel it's pretty important.
Important is an understatement. We're pouring every resource we have into this thing. I hope it's worth it. Come on, it's this way. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Prydwen might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in. This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Unfortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years...
Yes, by an orbital satellite.
And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded. In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
No problem. I'm sure this only looks worse than it actually is.
I wish I had your confidence, because this is not going to be easy. Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. The first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
Why is the power blowing out his CPU?
Liberty Prime has a highly complex power system. A good deal of that system was damaged when he exploded. So I'm working in the dark, trying to come up with parts on my own. Luckily, you were able to convince Dr. Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood. She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime a little over a decade ago. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some reason. If you could get her down here to lend a hand with his power system, we can get the big guy moving.
Alright, so we gotta convince her to... come help the big guy. You shush. Oh, let's go. Yeah, go upstairs. And go talk to Lee. In the ship, out of the ship, back in the ship. Hey. Thanks for coming up here and telling me that. Now go back down bottom and tell her something. But hey, when you're done there, come back up and talk to me. When can I get my private room in the ship.
Attention. Delta Team Lead, report to the bridge. Delta Team Lead to the bridge.
Oh man, if I'm late for muster one more time, Captain Kells is gonna have me gone and pushing. Hesitating to pull the trigger on any of the Commonwealth scum.
Oh wow, you're still in your
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime, you can forget it.
What changed your mind?
Nothing changed my mind. I promised you I'd return to the Brotherhood, and I've kept my end of the bargain.
remind you?
You promised you'd help us.
You're right, I did. But you neglected to mention that I'd be asked to work on Liberty Prime. I've been down this road with the Brotherhood before. Why would I make the same mistake twice?
Oh, save the Commonwealth, avenge Virgil. It's gonna be Virgil or Commonwealth? Virgil's not dead, so.
Because we care what happens to the Commonwealth.
And we want to stop the Institute from using its technological superiority as a weapon.
You know, if anyone else wearing a Brotherhood of Steel uniform said something like that, I'd laugh in their face. But coming from you, it sounds like you actually mean it. Tell Proctor Ingram to get her scribes ready. It's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get Liberty Prime back online, but we'll get it done.
Well, that was frickin' easy. Oh my god, you're making me go down and talk to her
I
again.
believe that Dr. Lee's returned to the Brotherhood. I thought she was a traitor.
You shut your face.
Hail, Knight.
Aqua Pura. From the Commonwealth. Purified river water. Thanks to Vault Tech in their GEC.
Have you ever fired a minigun? It chews through barrels like paper.
Yes, it does. How'd you beat me down here?
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
Wow, things
What
are
the
off to a good
frick?
start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stay out of my way, that is.
I was down here 2 minutes ago, and half of this wasn't built.
Sorry about that, Ingram.
Don't worry about it. We might be butting heads on a few issues, but I've dealt with worse. Besides, Dr. Lee's worth all the aggravation. We're working with one of Prime's original designers. I don't see it getting any better than that. In fact, since things are going so well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic actuators.
Accurate knowledge.
Makes sense. You'll need some powerful electromagnets to get his arms and legs moving.
That's exactly right. Well, well, you're full of surprises, aren't you? What we need you to do is build the actuators for us.
Even if you know what the actuators are, you still need to know how to make them. These are the plans and the materials list. Don't lose them.
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here at the airport. The only thing we need you to head out and find is a high-powered magnet. According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals around the Commonwealth. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck.
That is so cool. This is so badass. Can I hit the button? Aww. CPU online, mobility offline, weapons, fusion core. No way, all the crates have been unloaded. I've been looking at the records of Loader Prime. I'm starting to get a grasp of the daunting task ahead. Maxon doesn't just want him restored. He wants me to make improvements. All the schematics from the Citadels, and I've been studying them ever since we left the Capital Wasteland. Workers processing at a rapid pace. My engineering team is doing a heck of a job refitting his damaged parts. Unfortunately, the metalworking, electrical working, wiring, and a limb assembly, all that's the easy part. The real problem is his power system. I have shorted out 2 CPUs already, and it don't exactly grow on trees. If I can't work these power problems out, Prime won't be any more than a pretty metal statue. Thanks to our new recruit, we'll be able to get a specialist on the site to lend a hand with the power problems. It only took them a short time to get everything figured out. Now Prime's CPU has a nice steady flow of power and should remain stable when we fire up his fusion core. Next on the list is getting electromagnetic oscillators built for his legs. And that is where I step in.
Any luck with those actuators yet? Liberty Prime isn't going far without his arms and legs.
You need to chill!
If it was up to me, I'd take every sparrow, mutant, Sith, and shoot them on the table.
Holy. Yeah, that's not getting used again anytime soon. But we are going to leave it there for this episode. We're going to go out and clean up some of the side quests next episode. We're going to kind of leave this here because it gets a little fast-paced and I don't want to push it too far that I can't get back into the Institute. So, we're going to leave it here and go off and do some side questing. How's the weight doing? Yeah, we're gonna have to go clean out my inventory a little bit. But I thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the support. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will catch you all on the next one. Later.